There we
What
go.
are you doing?
Friends, Cotton will be departing from us right now. Her headache has not gotten any better, but we will continue for just I'm not saying we'll be here for 2 hours, but the rest of us are just going to sit around and talk. We're going to do another Battletech talks. Cotton, you can drop off anytime, or you can stay for Battletech talks if you want to. Okay, wasn't clear on the timing of all that. What are the two of you doing that you're messing up the gaming area and saying things?
Oh no, it was just me.
Okay, it's just Pondo.
I was playing unit bowling with 2 big dice.
The koala image, is that Pondo? Is that Sloth Pondo? Is that what we're talking about?
I guess.
Yeah, Sloth Pondo is one of my favorites.
I don't think I've seen Sloth Pond. Actually, I have.
Oh yeah, you
keep
definitely
forgetting about
have.
it.
I've made sure that you did.
I believe it was sent to me as well.
Ooh, Slondo. Wow, that is a word. That sounds like Sleemow, and that is an entirely new word that has never been said before. I don't know what topic of discussion us Battletech men's would like to have. I'm willing to open the floor up. If not, I believe an appropriate topic of discussion would be how 28th century jazz influenced the Sleemow movement. I mean, how else could you get jazz, improvisational rap, and the sound of a mech bay all wrapped into one sound genre?
That is a great question, Arthur, and I'm glad you asked. I don't have an answer, but I'm glad you asked.
I'll just take a microphone in a mech shop, record that sound, and take someone to play some saxophone for a little bit.
I have an answer for you, Rad. The only natural predator of the smoked jaguar is a clan trueborn warrior.
I don't know how to make that into a mask.
That's, I mean...
So is there no trueborns in Smoke Jaguar?
No, all of the clans are named after animals, and there is an actual smoke jaguar animal. They genetically engineered all of the animals. Clan Jade Falcon, they're actually jade-colored falcons.
Okay, I'm following you now.
Steel Vipers have actual steel vipers. They're very nasty.
Are they mechanical or are they biological?
Nope, they're biological. They are genetically engineered super animals.
Interesting.
I don't know that all true-born smoke jaguars have to kill a smoke jaguar. That doesn't sound right. But I do know that the Ghost Bear clan has a ritual called the Clawing, where they take a spear and go onto any wintry world and hunt a ghost bear in the wild, either solo or in packs of warriors, but only the one who kills it gets credit. They get to bring a emergency las pistol with them, but if they kill the ghost bear with it, it's considered extremely dishonorable. Most of them don't come back from the experience, according to the books that are involved around it. The bears just eat them. I mean, ghost bears are Arctic fucking cheetahs with 6 legs.
What?
Yeah, ghost bear has 6 legs, and they weigh like they're multi-ton beasts with claws the size of bananas.
Yeah, I'm not surprised not a lot of them come back out of that.
That's Google.
You have to hunt them solo with a spear. Yeah, that's if you look at the ghost bear emblem, that is a ghost bear. You can see it has 6 legs.
Yeah, there's another picture of, I don't know if this is actually legitimate. They actually have a spot in the wiki for Sarna Wiki, which is pretty much a spot for all your information. That's where you go to get it.
How you read the books, but yeah.
I don't like reading. My mind, I like visuals. I don't know. I haven't tried to read in a while. I bought a book recently, and I haven't read a single word in it yet.
Google Images isn't showing me any 6-legged bears. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just...
It exists. Send it to you.
I sent a link in the Zoom chat.
Zoom chat. That bear's only got two limbs.
Yeah, it's probably not an accurate representation.
They are definitely 6-limbed. They are 230 centimeters tall, which is what, like, in excess of 7 feet. I mean, that's more like almost 8
just did the
feet.
calculations on it. The shoulder length is 230 centimeters, which is 7.5 feet.
Yeah. And they have a length of 4 meters, which is going to be more like 13 to 14 feet. That's really fucking long. An average ghost bear weighs
How many
1
meters?
ton. 4 meters.
Yeah, it's 13 feet long.
Yeah. Question for the cast. Beyond Operation Bulldog, and not necessarily constrained by current characters, what time aspect of Battletech beyond the current date would you be most interested in exploring? Of course that's Grimdark James asking that shit. I feel like I could just imagine James in a professor hat. I'm talking one of those graduation hats, you know, and a purple robe. He has a monocle on.
Definitely not jumping into 3068. That's when tech gets weird.
When you would be interested in the Ameris Civil War.
Wow, you want to go all the way back?
Yep.
What year was that?
Like 2500.
What?
Yeah, that's pre-Secession Wars.
Oh yeah.
That's back when king crabs were fresh and brand new, and you could get the SDLF version of them that's better than what they are now.
That would be interesting.
2766 to 2780.
Oh, it's because you watched that Battletech text talks about the Amara Civil War. Yeah, that shit was wild.
Yeah, I mean, yes, those were excellent fucking videos, but that's not the reason why.
I mean, they're like, yeah, so 40 regiments sat down and fought against 40 regiments, and I'm like, 40 regiments of battle mechs? What the shit? How are you gonna bring that many dudes? Like, there's no other point in history where people are like 40 regiments face 40 regiments.
Yeah, and that was only a
pulling
segment
40 battalions to fight each other is basically unheard of.
I hadn't thought of that, like original Star League era. That would be pretty interesting. I was thinking, I don't think any of us would go forward in time. I don't know. I could be wrong about that.
I'd be more interested in doing a 3025 era type of deal.
Yeah, I kind of like where Indo Steel is, like 3025 or 3039, kind of like era. I think that's probably where I would want to go, like in a kind of a clan-free, sort of classic environment, so to speak, I suppose. Like probably not do like, if we did mech customization, I would want it to be like very low amount.
I'd also be interested if it went in doing it pretty much at the same time, Maris, where they still have like the double heatsink stuff like that. But
that would be cool. I'd thought about Star League era. That'd be interesting. I think it's a cool way to get some of those like really awesome like later mechs without getting into like the stupid stuff that gets invented later. If that makes sense.
Yeah. But I think I'd be more interested in 3025 and 3039, where the mechs have corks to them, essentially.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Where you have the fear of the possibility of overheating.
Right, ammo explosions, like a lot more of that kind of stuff. I do really like the vibe of Indo Steel setting-wise.
Oh, thanks. So we're fucking hours to set it up. So
that's probably what I'd want to play, is something like that. And I wouldn't be opposed to customization, but I would want it to be like very restricted, right? Like none of this like strip it all off and put completely different stuff on it. Like I'd want to do, I think James had maybe mentioned it before, like much more of like a hard point kind of like friction, like
pretty
lasers
much like
for lasers, SRMs for SRMs,
yeah.
like that kind of stuff.
Pretty much, he did it like a little modified. He pretty much did it like in the Battletech video games, but he had it
right
two, like restricted as far as two, like for missiles two base. So if a SPLOT had, let's say an LRM 20, you could put in essentially 3 SRM6s if you wanted.
Right.
I believe it's what he said, but that was a while ago. But.
Yeah. No, I would enjoy probably something like that. Or just small stuff like being able to like, oh, I want to ditch these 2 machine guns and throw on like an extra half ton of armor or whatever, you know what I mean? Something like that. I think that would be cool. Also, much to Arthur's satisfaction, I have, and this is solely aesthetic based, I've really come around, I think, a little bit on the Jenner. I think it would be cool to play an all Jenner Lance. I think that would be pretty neat. The only reason I say that, so I've only ever not liked the Jenner because of how it looked. I've always been like Chicken Walker, most superior model of mech. But I have recently seen some art of the Jenner that I really liked. And because of that, I was willing to go back and take another look at it. I do still think Chicken Walkers are universally cooler than non-Chicken Walker mechs, but unfortunately the vast majority of those are clan, which is a little disappointing, but I've come around a little bit on the Jenner. So I think a Jenner Lance would be fun to play. And I added up like battle values on the Indosteel cast because I wanted to think like, well, if I was going to play and ended up playing against them, like what kind of Lance would I build? And unfortunately,
I love how you just you sure you don't want to just game master it? Jesus. You're like, I'll build the Lance. Please don't stop. Keep going, Rad.
Well, I'm not gonna come play if you don't let me build my own Lance. That's just, why would I let you pick the mech that I was going to be in? I wouldn't even come on the show. That's absurd.
Oh, you really want to kill them all, do you? Don't you?
No, but the only reason I play games is to role play in what I want.
And of course.
In this game, the mech you pick is part of that.
All right, I'll buy that.
I'm not gonna play Mario Kart with you and let you pick what racer, or play Smash Brothers and let you pick what.
All the guests so far have more or less let me do that.
Well, I don't know. I'm not that guest. I guess I don't know what to tell you.
Well, you did give James 5 different Timberwolves to shoot against us.
Let my dog outside. 1 sec.
I invented that Timberwolf star, and it was beautiful and amazing.
It was.
Yeah, James is saying, in my own defense, I would never choose to field 5 Timberwolves. That's my go-to. Is there anything you could field that's better than that?
5 direwolves?
So to bring my point back around, I added up all their battle values and I was like, all right, how many Jenners can I put on the field? And I thought it would be like 4 or 5 because Sam is in like a large, isn't he the one in the heavy?
Yes, he's in a 75 ton.
But unfortunately, the battle value of the Raven is so low that like it would only have been like 3 Jenners, and I'm like, that's kind of lame. Like, so I've started to look at other alternatives.
Really, 3 Well, I can see why.
Yeah, they have like an 800 battle value, so you can't. And the Indosteel crew is right under like 3,000, I think, for their total battle value. Off the top of my head,
high, but okay.
It's like 2990 or something like that.
Oh, you probably did the math by including their pilot modifiers.
I didn't. Yeah. That would have been. I should have though. No, I just straight up.
I would have thought the Black Knight is somewhere in like the 1500 range.
I just straight up went off what was on Sarna. I could look it up again.
Okay. I think it's about. It's around like 1100, I think.
That's way higher than I thought it would be.
No,
I mean that's
Black
way lower
Knight.
Than I thought. Yeah,
the standard Black Knight is 1550.
No, it's 1550. It's battle value.
I would have said 1500. So yeah.
Yeah.
And so 1550. The Raven 1X is 589. It's so low.
It only has a couple of medium lasers on it.
So that's right at 2,000.
So how many Jenners would that give you with 4 or 5 pilots?
And what are the modifications? How do you modify it based on pilot skill?
I remember sending the graph over or something.
Yeah, I'm looking for it. I have it somewhere.
Pretty much 4 4-5 pilots are base 0 multiplication to the
Hatchet
battle
Man
value.
is 854. So yeah, you're looking at like 28, 2900 for their battle value, not just mechs alone. So a Jenner, I believe, is right around 800.
There is a new campaign. It's not this one. The new campaign is Oath of Endosteel, and you can find it on YouTube. If you're a Patreon viewer, you can also get last week's episode available now. Patreon will always get a first look. But what we're talking about is Rad going on to the other show and trying to kill the other players as best he can.
Not kill them, just
Completely
have a
wipe them
good
out.
fight.
Intentionally target Eric Vulgaris to remove him and then replace him on the show.
See, I would totally field a whole Lance or Urban Mechs.
So
Urban
yeah,
mechs? Okay.
Urban Mechs.
Their Lance mechs alone is worth about 3.5 Jenners.
Right. I have
field
the
Urban
chart
Mechs.
for you, Red, but I can't figure out how to send it to you because it's embedded into my Google spreadsheet. Oh, this might be it. Battle value adjustment. Yes, it is. All right, I will send that on Discord.
Urban Mech's battle value is 504.
Are you just going to plink at them with AC-10s?
With
your
shitty.
1-2 movement speed?
So I was thinking, like,
No,
what?
it's 2-3. All right, you got to give it at least 2-3 because you can only have 1-2, fortunately.
I was like, what cool mech could like my character pilot and have like 2 Jenners flanking him? So I would need something roughly on par or a little less probably than the Black Knight.
Dragon.
Cicada. Oh no.
Follow the dragon.
It would not be Cicada then.
I looked at the dragon.
The Cicada supposed to be an anti-infantry mech?
It's supposed to be an anti-light mech.
Dragon just didn't thrill me.
So it's you know what? On paper, it looks like it's shit, but it's surprisingly good at absorbing damage.
It is.
Which is not really a plus that I would normally give a mech.
It's also really, really fast.
Yeah, so I need a mech around like 1200-ish.
All right, so medium sized.
So like the Marauder is 13. I'm looking for something that could face-to-face the Black Knight specifically.
Wolverine?
Is a Marauder really only 1300?
1363, yeah.
It's less than the Black Knight?
It doesn't have that much weaponry. It only has like...
It has 2 PPCs.
2 PPCs.
And those overheat a lot.
A lot of firepower.
It's a lot of firepower.
Yeah, but it only has 16 heat seeks, so
it might be light on armor. I don't know why it's lower, but
yeah, so the Marauder can only consistently fire one of those PPCs at a time.
Phoenix Hawk might be interesting. So the question, listen, I don't want to give too much away what my plan is here, but obviously there may or may not be a one-on-one duel involved.
Yeah, I knew this was coming. You didn't need to give away that plan.
Phoenix Hawk might be doable, but I feel like that's probably closer to like a 1v1 with the Hatchetman. It'd be a good face-off for the Hatchetman. The Wolverine is obviously good, but I'm kind of looking for mechs like we haven't seen a lot on this show.
All right, I'm gonna go through my files here and do some sciencing and find a combine heavy or medium mech list. For those at home, I'm using a sheet called 3028 to 3050 Random Assignment and Rarity Tables, which you can download online. Created in the year 2015.
The Thunderbolt falls pretty well within the range of things I could do. You don't like the Thunderbolt?
I don't like most of the mechs in Battletech. I'm a catapult, hunchback, Hollander kind of guy.
You don't like most of the mechs? Is that what you said?
I like mechs that's purpose is easily understood and gracefully completed.
I am a fan of the Thunderbolt.
I like the Thunderbolt a lot.
Not the version that has jump jets, just the regular version. The version that has jump jets, shit.
Honest Combine, 3025.
I think there's 2 that have jump jets.
There is. They're mainly designated by SS, I think it is.
Yeah.
They're not great though.
Yeah, I don't know that the Thunderbolt lends itself like super well to being like an agile fighter.
What you could do is use a Shadowhawk.
Shadowhawk's another one I look at. I like the Shadowhawk a lot. I think the Shadowhawk is kind of like a medium-sized Thunderbolt in a lot of ways.
Yeah, it's still a solid mech. It's got good armor.
Yeah,
good speed.
I think Pondo and I both like when mechs have like kind of a lot of tools. The opposite of what Arthur likes, basically. Like I like that the Shadowhawk's a little bit all over the place. He's got like kind of a long range weapon and like some short range stuff. The other one I look at a lot is the Griffin. I like the Griffin a lot. What's the battle value on the Griffin? Griffin's 1272. That's pretty good. The Griffin is also very opposite of the Hatchetman. He might be nice to face off against the Hatchetman. I feel like I can't fight Eddie's character because anybody who tries to 1v1 the Raven is going to obliterate the Raven unless they're in another Raven.
I mean, a Jenner versus Raven would be a heck of a fight.
No, it wouldn't.
Yeah, it would.
Jenner would pull that Raven apart to pieces.
Ghost Mech turned on?
Look, I don't know how that Ghost Mech business works.
He has to try to turn it on every round, and then the difference between his success and the number that he needs divided by 2 is the amount of bonus the enemy pilot has to beat against their own piloting roll in order to shoot at him without a penalty.
Yeah, I'm not confident that it's that good, to be honest.
Stinger. That'd be a good 1v1 with a Raven.
I have a list of mechs here for you if you're ready.
Copy image. Sure.
Let me get the last one here. And these are all mechs we have not seen on screen before. Weighing in at 1300 battle value, the Ost Soul.
Oh, the Ost mechs.
It's a 2 large laser, 4 medium laser mech. The Lancelot, weighing in at 60 tons and 1422 battle value. We're looking at PPC, 2 large lasers and a medium. We've also got the Merlin, which is a relatively new mech in that era. PPC, medium lasers, LRM, machine gun flamer. The Champion. And the one that you get at this time is a Champion 2N, which is AC-10, 2 medium lasers, 2 small lasers, and SRM-6. Guillotine, large laser, 4 medium lasers, and an SRM-6.
You know, I like that Guillotine.
Really?
Yeah, I love the Guillotine.
He's that interested in it.
First I've heard of it. I have the memory of a goldfish. Bombardier, 2 LRM-20s, an SRM-4, and an anti-missile system.
Jesus.
You could go with a Grasshopper, actually. Oh no, it's probably not available.
No, it's not available for Grasshopper 5H is the only combine variant available.
What's the variant of the Guillotine I'd be looking at?
Guillotine 4L.
Okay.
Well, 5H is the base model.
Archer is also on the table. This combine
4L
produces Archers.
Oh, downgrade version, yeah.
Orion.
Archer, solid mech.
Yep.
Not without double heat sinks.
Rifleman 3N.
I think the Archer I was running didn't have double heat sinks.
It did.
Did it?
Yep. Because Archers typically only have 10 heat sinks. And you can't fire both LRM-20s without overheating. The two LRM-20s are nice, but Not.
If I was going to do an LRM mech, I'd do a catapult.
Yeah.
Bombardier is like a catapult, but bigger and superior.
Yeah, it's catapult's classic.
All right, let's see here. A lot of chat that I've been missing while I've been getting here. I mean, if you're going to get a catapult, you have to do a catapult K2 with the double PPCs.
Hey, I would do that.
That's the combine variant, so let's see here. Wow.
Okay.
There's so many people have talked since the last time I checked. Wow, people are really dunking on Shadowhawks. I see.
I know they're not good, but I like them.
Look, didn't we have a lance of retrofit Shadowhawk show up, and they were actually pretty decent for season 3 finale?
I don't think they did anything, actually.
Well, they did have to run across the whole fucking map in order to get involved, but
I think they shot at me a couple of times. That's about it. It was definitely a nice variant
is a cute
of it.
sex machine. Jesus, you guys have weird tastes.
What?
Yeah. Okay, Bushwhacker, he's not going to be able to pilot until like 3055, so... I mean, look, everybody loves a solid Bushwhacker. Yeah, I mean, MechWarrior 3, that was a great design.
MechWarrior 4, that was a great design. I don't recall ever actually piloting a Bushwhacker in MechWarrior 3.
Dual SRM-6 Griffin is good. I mean, if you're going to do a dual SRM-6 Griffin, you might as well just pilot a Kintaro.
See, James gets Shadowhawk, jack of all trades, master of none. People like the Shadowhawk. What are you talking about, Arthur? Nobody's dunking on it.
Someone said something like it's the AK-47 of the setting.
That's not a dunk. That's a compliment.
That sounds like a terrible
That's not a bad thing.
AK-47 is a legendary firearm.
It's legendary because it's a cheap piece of garbage.
It works 99% of the time.
I don't think you have any idea what you're talking about.
It's a cheap piece of garbage that works.
Yeah.
Really, really well.
It's effective. It can take a beating.
All right. I have a very different opinion of the AK-47 than everybody else here.
Yeah, a very wrong one, apparently.
You can bury an AK-47 in mud, then pull it back out a couple days later and then start shooting it again.
But why would you do that? You could just get a better gun that you take care of.
Sometimes you need to hide your guns in mud for several days. Come back and get it. I don't know. It's just a testament to how durable it is and how long it lasts.
Mm-hmm.
There's a reason why it's still being used today.
Oh wow! Somebody suggested the Mackie. Jesus.
The Mackie.
Oh my god.
I'd pilot a Mackie.
It's literally a PPC on a garbage can.
No.
The only novel in which the Mackie appears, it's piloted by a free birth warrior in the Smoke Jaguar clan. And they're like, we're going to let you do a trial of position in order to test as a warrior. You'll be the first free birth in history. And you'll pilot a Mackie. And he's like, wow, I'm so fucked. He wins by falling over the finish line when someone shoots him in the back. And he shuts down. The force of the blow causes him to fall.
Hey man, if it works, it works.
Bad.
Hey, you know what? A Mackie has a battle value of 1461.
All right, Chad is saying the AK is a world-respected weapon. All right, that's great. I disagree with all of you, and that's fine.
We disagree with you.
That's fine. The AK is the Mackie of guns.
What did I just read? Oh, the awesome. Somebody said the awesome. I did look at the awesome as well.
Traditional clan or combine mech. It's true.
It is a classic. Mm-hmm. Yep.
You need a variant that has 4 PPCs and only 19 heat sinks.
Yeah, if he's piloting that in 3025, I'm gonna take him out back and send him back to the future where he belongs.
I like the idea of the K2. I really do.
The Catapult K2. It is a unpopular model.
It is, and that's kind of why I like it. When else are you ever gonna see one?
The only
on
time
either
I've
of
seen
the
a Catapult K2 is in the Battletech video game. It's piloted by that piece of shit that's your rival. Whoever Arano's rival, who's like, oh, I'm the evil bad lady. I pilot the Catapult K2. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Her.
Oh, it removes the jump jets though.
Yes.
That's kind of a bummer.
Yeah, no jump jets.
I don't know about that then.
But there are so many catapult variants. I mean, with the
There really
catapult,
are.
the rule is if it fits, it sticks. So you could probably come up with a custom variant off of that
Nope.
remove something
Nope.
and add jump jets back in, and Bob's your uncle.
Listen, I've seen this King Crab. I've seen this Centurion. Allowing Rad to customize a mech onto Oath of Endosteel is not happening.
Nah, I don't have much interest.
I would
in
rather
it.
have literally anyone else guess than a custom mech.
Listen, I can.
Brad's
be...
like, all right, Arthur, look at this. I've designed a Wolverine. The torso is all small lasers.
Listen, I can be a lot more reasonable. When I given the chance to experiment with doing whatever I wanted, obviously I came up with some ridiculous shit. But that doesn't mean
It was effective shit.
Doesn't mean I can't not be thematic instead of min-maxing. I would be insulted if you thought otherwise of me.
Always pilot the H2 catapult. Just 8
Like-
rocket launcher 20s.
Like you haven't known me to make narrative first decisions instead of playing to win. If you think that of me, you don't know me at all.
Wow, that's the most Black Rabbit thing you've said all night. I'm just imagining you with long hair saying that with over your shoulder. If you think you know me. A lance of commandos? Why? One large laser is going to pop it. A whole lance. They're just going to stand in a line and they'll all explode.
I'll do you one better. Lance of Stingers.
Yeah, it's like
Rad's-
in the movie
Rad's
Indiana
character-
Jones and the Ark of the Covenant when they had the line there and he just shoots and they all just kind of topple.
Yeah.
Brad pilots a land air mech. He shows up on the battlefield super anime style, transforming into mech mode while dropping down from the sky. He's like,
Jesus.
boop, 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 boop. Heard you all were looking for me. It's time to duel in my 25-ton mech with only one weapon. Shadowhawk Lamb.
Well, that's
There
not
it is.
Shadowhawk. Shadowhawk's a
There's the
50-ton mech.
perfect mech for you.
There is a Stinger Lamb that is 25 tons.
Phoenix Hawk Lamb.
Oh no, it's 30 tons.
No, I don't think I'll be. I think I'll be going that route.
So good.
Shadowhawk.
Sure, you know, you
Lamb.
could do a bombing run before showing up, and then everyone could be like, Nani? What's happening? Our sensors are going off all over the place. Is the Jaeger mech even a thing at the 3025? I always associated that with later.
It is.
I always associated it as being the replacement for the rifleman. No, I suppose it is. It's actually an old ass mech.
2774.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to keep looking.
The base model has a battle value of 749.
That's very low for a 65-ton mech.
It's paper thin armor.
Paper
And
thin
very
armor,
blow
2
upable.
AC5s, 2 AC2s, and 2 medium lasers.
I mean, some of the 3050 refits are not bad.
The hell do you spell Jaeger mech?
Jaeger.
JEEG. Oh, JAG, yeah. Spelled it Jaeger with an E.
Everybody's spelling it German, but it's actually not German. Despite the fact it was made by the German country.
Yeah, the Jaeger mech always had a weird loadout to me, mixing a autocannon 5s and 2s.
Check out that Jaeger Mech 3. Look at those Ultra AC2s. To back up your PPC. That's a kind of firepower that says, I want you to fail your piloting roll.
I have to build a mech with a bunch of AC2s on it just to.
Kraken?
Oh, is that a thing?
There's so many times where I've introduced the Kraken.
Yeah.
It's 20. No, it's
10 AC2s and 4 machine
10
guns.
Ultra AC2s.
Yep.
I just want to switch those out and then put in like 10 LBX 10 2s.
Kraken 2 is 4 Ultra AC10s with 14 tons of ammunition.
4 10s?
Yeah, 4 Ultra 10s with 14 tons of ammunition.
It's a clan mech.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's basically meant to fight for hours.
Get out of here.
It's not an Omni mech. It's a second rate mech. But it's hilarious.
All right. I want to go around the table and ask everyone's favorite NPC across all 4 seasons. I'll even let chat chime in here. Not that I could stop them. Well, I guess I could ban all of them, but that would defeat the purpose.
Favorite NPC?
Favorite NPC?
My favorite NPC was the one that was always bringing Pondo up on sexual harassment charges.
Crimson, yes.
Yeah.
Somebody just got to that episode today.
I wanted Crimson to stick around. I enjoyed Crimson.
That's too bad. She's super dead.
Good character.
Yeah. There's 2 outcomes for her. She either was just killed straight away, or she was put on witness protection then killed.
No, that's ridiculous. She's definitely super dead. There's no way she would come back later.
Followed up, very close second would be the Russians.
What a weird way to say that.
I liked Pavel as soon as we associated him with Little Big. Yeah, a lot of people are saying Pavel Radzik.
Yeah, probably Pavel.
Well, I mean, we haven't seen him for like a whole season until this episode.
It's true, yeah. I'm Pavel and Ass Man, probably my 2 favorite NPCs.
Yeah, that sounds like you. Yes.
I don't remember what Ass Man did, but there was at some point in his existence, he did something that just sold me forever on it. He could never appear again, and I don't know if anybody.
I think that was when we hired him.
I'm pretty sure when you hired him, he flashed the hospital, and that's how he got his
Mooned
name.
him.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, they were leaving. Yes. You failed the role to find a doctor. So I was like, I don't know. Maybe there's 2 incompetent doctors.
Which fit perfectly.
Yeah.
Instant. Did we just come best friends?
Grimdark James is favorite character is Baron's constantly chasing accent.
Yeah.
Which background character has a whole character? I'm Rapier? I would have said Howler, but
I mean,
Rapier's character arc is definitely not over. We're right in the middle of it.
Is it Howler's
I
arc?
did forget what the Baron sounded like, so now I just make it up every episode. We're also in the middle of a Halvey arc. There's no way Howler isn't a Gundam insert. I mean, his literal name. I mean, some people in chat have caught on to things that are happening with Howler and Melissa, but I don't know that anybody on the cast has noticed, or at least no one said anything.
I honestly don't pay much attention to it.
I've noticed. Just haven't done much about it.
That sounds about right. You and Lexi are the prototypical, if an NPC has been named, it's time for them to be killed.
I mean, it's no secret that I have no qualms about offing NPCs.
No, it's.
What do you mean waiting for Howler to become a dad? He already is a dad.
Yeah.
I mean, he was a character that I had a relationship with and had something invested in, and then that just kind of went away. So after that, I kind of stopped paying attention to what he had going on.
Okay.
No, I mean, like McGurk was like his dude, and then he didn't have anything going on with Molly. And then when McGirt came back, it was like Bandito was then his dude, which makes sense. Like, I'm not complaining about it. I'm just saying that was the situation. So I don't know. I moved on. I moved on from you, Howler.
Yeah, I was kind of confused by that because it was like, I know Bandito was the first one to contact him when he was stuck in his mech, not getting any orders. But I felt like he had more of a
but it literally
McGirt
been
for me.
like 5 years.
Yeah.
I assumed that relationships had moved on. Things had changed.
That's fine. I moved on. So, I mean, I get it.
Wow. Bubba. That's the NPC I haven't thought of in a long time.
Did Bubba
Bubba
die?
was fun.
Bubba still out there?
Bubba
No,
died.
he's disintegrated.
Did he?
Yeah.
I have no
Oh,
recollection.
yeah.
He got
He-
disintegrated in combat against
He tried to use the Gauss
Grimdark
rifle.
James, I believe.
And
Oh, you're
Mhm,
right.
mhm.
He tried to
No.
use the experimental
No,
man-sized
no,
it was
yeah,
in the
yeah.
base attack.
Yeah.
the base attack.
tried to use the Gauss rifle personnel thing, and it's disintegrated.
Critical failure. I forgot about that.
That was pretty funny.
Didn't one of us like grab that Gauss rifle?
Yes.
Who
I don't
was
think-
it?
I mean, man-portable Gauss on
think it
battle
was
armor is
me,
about to
wasn't
become
it?
a big thing in the 3060s.
I can't remember who grabbed
Infiltrator 2,
No, I
it wasn't
wanted it.
us. It was
Cavalier,
the
Kage.
doctor. Can't remember his name at the moment. Clan doctor.
Oh,
that. Oh, yeah.
I'll remember his name.
Yeah.
It'll
Baron
happen.
3.
It's not his name. His name is not Baron
Clan Baron?
3. I want to say
It was- yeah,
Jebediah,
Curie.
but that's definitely wrong. Yeah, it's
Everybody-
That was
definitely his
Bubba.
last name is Curie.
Everybody's a goddamn Baron.
I know I wanted that damn gun really bad.
Jerome Curie. I feel really bad that the audience knows my NPCs better than me.
To be fair, Esper just went recently.
I
binged through all
know.
that.
We need Zonalar to be
Really wanted
making
that
a
gun.
wiki, just like Winter's Edge wiki.
Mm,
Really? You're not a fan of the Winter's Edge wiki?
I don't think I've ever seen the wiki. No, I've never seen the first wiki. I know there was a first one, but I've never seen it.
Arthur, give me all the sweet XP.
Oh yeah, you guys got 4 XP last episode.
Last episode we got 4.
Let's say 6 episode total. Falstaff. I don't even know who Falstaff is. Jesus.
Wait, we got 6?
Oh, is
Or
that
4?
the other doctor? The one who was before Assman? He left. He got a better job.
No,
offer.
it was we got about 2 doctors at once. Falstaff
Yes.
was the other one.
Yeah, right. Falstaff was the responsible one, and he left to go get a better job, and Assman took over as chief medical officer.
What a douche. Who do you think he is?
A well-trained medical physician who just spent some time in a military unit,
Whatever. We don't need
looking to move up in the world.
What
Chief
was,
of medicine at a local hospital sounds pretty good.
What was the XP we got for today? 2?
Yeah, 6 total.
So
2 for
each?
last week or 4 for last week that I apparently never rewarded.
And 2 for
No,
tonight.
you did. You did
Well-
reward it because I have notes of it.
Okay, well there you go, Rad.
I didn't mark it down, but I have it now. Okay, got it.
You guys want to know about future NPCs? Huh.
Don't tell us because they'll die immediately.
I mean, if you haven't even met them yet, can you truly die?
Yeah,
Yes.
immediately after we might meet them.
I'm telling you, I'm just waiting for that scene where Rapier kills Bandito in the epilogue, revealing himself to have been a Blakist ROM agent the whole time.
Man, James was asking earlier what kind of Battletech game we'd want to play in what era.
Yeah.
I really probably would like to play like a Solaris X crawl. I think would probably be a lot of fun.
Trying to get up through the Solaris ranks.
Yeah.
I think that'd be
pretty
tough
fun.
to do as a multiplayer game.
I don't disagree. I'm not sure how
I'll tell you how that would
honest.
work. I feel like that's the kind of game that would work best if you had a bunch of players, like 3 or 4 players, and they all formed a stable together. And whenever you had an opportunity for an hour or 2 to do a battle, you'd pull one aside and do the battle and then post the results for everybody else. And then occasionally they could have team battles. You play it'd be like
interesting.
West March's style,
Yeah.
play when you're available type thing.
That would be interesting. I mean, that's cool. I wouldn't be able to play in a game like that because I don't have that kind of flexible schedule. But that would be
But
cool.
what I'm saying is, you could just say every Sunday right now.
Sure. Yeah. No, I think that would be fun.
Yeah, James is saying that's exactly how he uses Solaris. So, you're wrecked. I just came up with something. James also came up with it. That's how you know it's good. I just fucking invented an entirely new way of playing that had already been invented. I'm basically like that guy who invented mathematics 2 years after another guy, but I got all the credit.
Basically.
I invented electricity. Don't worry, Nikola Tesla. I'll take all the credit, bitch. About to put my name on all these patents. Yeah, I guess I'd be interested in a Solaris game, but I gotta tell you, if I say something like that, the audience is gonna be like, boy, I can't wait for that Solaris thing. And I'm gonna be like, it's gonna be like 4 years before this goes out. You're gonna have to wait for a time of Total Warfare to be over.
I don't know what I'm gonna do when this game's over, to be honest with you.
Move on with your life.
I was thinking about it a little bit. I guess yesterday and today, I was like, man,
gaze into the starlight as the sun sets.
I might just go on like hiatus. I don't know. I would have to be really into whatever the next idea was, to be honest with you, to not just want to kind of like take a break for a while.
Wow, Red. Okay, so you're just gonna set that high bar for me. I have to. If I want to keep you around, I have to immediately wow you. But if I keep you around, then you don't get to take a break and spend some time.
No, it's not that.
Things.
I mean, look, we always take breaks, right? We take a break between every season. Of course, we take a break like for the show, but in between shows. But I don't know. I know that Battletech's kind of like your most popular property right now, but that doesn't, Battletech's it's not my first love, so to speak, when it comes to tabletop role playing. So.
What is your first love, Ratosaurus?
I mean, Pathfinder, but that doesn't mean I'm going back to that.
Oh, well, what's your current love then?
I mean, the game I play most is probably 5th edition. That doesn't mean I think it's the best game or the game I would be most excited to play. The answer to your question is, Arthur, is I don't have an answer to your question.
That's I see.
I can't tell you. I can't hand you what it is you need to entice me. I'm sorry, because I don't know.
I'm gonna put some cat treats in my hand. I'm gonna hold them in a scoop position, gently waft their smell in your general direction.
It would have to be a perfect storm of stuff, to be honest with you, probably. For
wow, you heard it here. Ratosaurus expects me to be perfect, or he's walking away forever.
Listen, man, it's just for me to set 4 hours aside on a night every week. That my wife has to do everything while I'm busy sitting at a computer. It's a big ask. So, it has to be, it's got to hit like a real sweet spot.
I can see that. Me recently, I've been like interested in more of the generic side of systems. Ones that are made to be different settings, not necessarily one single one. Like,
I hate that. I absolutely fucking hate it. It's always a mishmash with no specialization involved, and it's bland. I know Rad's in a Genesis, but I can't. I like the dice system, but literally can't. I want Weird Wars 2 to happen so badly as well. I do
too. I do.
I know, but I don't like it's like 4 options, and there's no feats, there's no specialization. It's just
you have to write them all.
It's a weak version of Star Wars.
Yeah, it's a lot of work, I think, to make it work is what's unfortunate.
I pop into the Cotton Pondo server, the Bunny Burrow, and I see that people are very excited about that Savage Worlds games, and I'm like, I'm glad that they're excited about Savage Worlds. It makes me want to vomit, but I'm glad that they're excited. I like their excitement.
I like having to actually make things. Because for the Savage World specifically, I had to make the rules and everything for everybody's quirks. And it's not perfect because I just have to run things through my mind. I like to.
Savage Worlds is the Shadowhawk of role-playing games.
That's fine. That is fine with me. I like it. It makes it a easier character customization for it, and it's relatively simple if you, because I got it pretty much the first time I made a character, and some systems it takes forever, like Pathfinder, or like when I first started 5e, I was just utterly confused. Another one that's really complicated is PTU. That took me
Pokemon.
That took me weeks to understand because it was
I'm sure there's a fifth edition campaign you could sell me on. I just don't know what it is. I'm sure there's a Star Wars campaign you could sell me on. Like, I'm not saying that I'm impossible to please. I'm just saying I don't know what I want next. That's why it's too soon to say.
I'll be honest. I'm already running the Star Wars game for the Patreon people, and I feel like I get a solid amount of Star Wars out of that.
I mean, that's fine for you. It doesn't make any difference to me.
I understand. I'm just telling you that I would not be electrified by such a thing. I get the perfect amount of Star Wars that I need out of it. They're currently sliding through a space tunnel while shooting a rebellion ship trying to pirate it.
Yeah, that's something I don't get enough of in my life right now, Star Wars stuff.
Sliding through a tube?
Good Star Wars stuff. I guess I should qualify that statement.
Mandalorian Season 2 when?
It just finished filming, so I'm pretty pumped.
Really?
Yeah,
wow,
they just finished shooting.
Really fast.
Yeah, well, they realized they got something good going.
Sid, what kind of role-playing game does it take to electrify you? What are you looking forward to in the future?
I'm not sure.
He's like, what I'm looking forward to is this platinum YouTube button for 1 million subscribers.
That's gold.
For me, it's less system and more concept, I think. I don't really care about the system as much.
I don't know.
Sid needs more Cancol. That's the made RPG of RPGs. I would like to play in Cancol on something like Board Game Cult, but I would not want to run it again. And I would not want to play a long-term game of it.
It was fun for like a night.
I mean, the mechanics of the board game are rock solid.
Yeah, I mean, they've started designing other systems based on that.
Let's say it was good for a board game, not necessarily, at least for me, I was hard to see it as a campaign, but you made it work because you made a campaign of it.
James is saying Mechton Operation Rimfire, which is done by R. Talsorian, which is the guy who wrote Cyberpunk 2020. He's super fucking anime.
That should be right up your alley then.
You might not know this, but I actually don't like running 30-year-old tabletop RPGs.
Oh, you mean like Cyberpunk?
I cannot wait for Cyberpunk 2077. Listen, you might not know this, but I thought that the Battletech RPG mechanics were absolute fucking garbage. We spent hours making characters. Everyone was like, how do characters work? And I'm like, I don't know. There's a chart somewhere.
I definitely got I got to a point where I questioned, like, should I have agreed to play this game? The Battletech system is terrible. Straight up.
I mean, for me, it was more about the story and the mechs.
Yeah, and that's what kept me hooked, obviously, but the system is garbo.
Did we ever get an answer from Sid about what tabletop RPG would electrify him?
No.
You want to fill me in? It's like Rogue Trader. Only there was a Rogue Trader game I'd be playing.
I think something that doesn't have a lot of extra bolt-ons and stuff like that. Mission, is one. I don't know. Back to basics, simplicity. I think I would probably be interested in just a flat 5e campaign.
You definitely
no kingdom building.
No kingdom building. No side by side play by post.
He just wants basics.
Yeah. No, I would. I feel that like hardcore.
You definitely don't want to be in my new Connor Hughes themed campaign that I'm coming up with. Then I will be revealing on Patreon using the paranoia system to play a serious game of paranoia as the rules are written. You guys should join OTT. You want these guys to guest on the tabletop? I guess that's reasonable.
Listen, I would play with those guys, but they hardly ever play. Okay.
Wow.
I know you're listening, Connor.
Even chat just
and
said
I know
it
you
too.
know.
Wow, you guys are so cruel. We've met consistently for the last few weeks.
To play video games, though. Yeah, to play video games. A video game I don't have.
I can't control Mick's schedule.
Old school D&D 2nd edition. Wow.
Wow. Is that Sunspirit? Did he pop up somewhere?
Yeah. I don't know.
No.
That was
I have no interest in that.
Watch?
I have no interest in that. Also, somebody said that I should play Cancol with Sid. I did that. Also, I have no interest in that either. Zero.
Wasn't it? Did you play
Sunspirit
Cancol
is
with
here,
Sid?
but he didn't say
Yeah.
Sid.
I guessed on Cancol.
Oh,
once.
that's right.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
It's okay. I mean, I didn't, not my jam. I'm not an anime kid.
Yeah, I
I
don't do well as an anime waifu.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Look, man, you turn into a lesbian rights icon.
How can you say no to that?
Vampire the Masquerade. Ugh.
Also, no interest in that.
Oh man.
Listen,
I'm not trying to be difficult.
I know they're here.
It sounds like I am.
I know they're here in chat. That's the thing. I got a group together of Vampire the Masquerade players who were constantly bothering me to run Vampire the Masquerade. I ran a game for them, and they never showed back up again. I was like, all right, let's play the second game. You guys insisted we play a second game. Never heard from them again. They all
I don't have any interest in a game or a system that revolves around any level of teenage angst. Like, zero.
No Monster Hearts for you.
Zero.
Did Rachel just pop her head up as soon as we start talking about anime?
Of course you did. Yeah.
Anime is for nerds. Nerds.
I'm not anti-anime. I'm just not an anime person.
Yeah, of
right?
course.
You know
don't
what I mean?
oppose anime.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
I've seen some that I've really enjoyed. I
Like
just
Kill la
don't
Kill.
like, I don't have a Crunchyroll subscription.
Burning
or
Wheel. Wow.
Keep up or anything like that.
Get Sid Alpha in a Burning Wheel game. He can kill all the NPCs he wants. He can even summon more NPCs to kill them on the spot.
See, that's not as much fun when you can just do it at will with it's like in Winter's Edge 2, just spontaneously slaughtering poisoning an entire village just with the expressed intent purpose of eliminating an enemy general. That's the sort of thing I enjoy doing. But just killing NPCs for the sake of offing NPCs, no. And then being able to consistently and regularly nat 20 the deception checks every single time the cast try and figure it out.
I honestly think you would do very well in a Burning Wheel game. Merc Drake in chat is saying that it exists. Let me see what else I've got here in my bag of tricks. Blades in the Dark.
To care about the people he kills. They're not people. They're NPCs.
I actually think Sid might like Blades in the Dark. I think he'd be a really ruthless crime lord.
See, that's what I hear a lot about.
I could be extremely ruthless.
I don't like playing Blades in the Dark. I'm not the best at running it, but it exists. And it has a Star Wars version of it.
I've tried to watch some games of it, and I've never really meshed with it. But that doesn't mean I wouldn't try to play it. Burning Wheel is one that I'm almost certainly not interested. That I don't think I would like at all.
I agree. Burning Wheel doesn't have enough comedy in it.
Yeah, I really do play games to be silly. I don't. Those are my least favorite episodes of Critical Roles, when they're taking themselves super seriously and trying to be dramatic. Like, I don't know. That's goofy to me. I don't know. I'm not into that. I'm not into intricate political maneuvering. I know. I'm. Listen, I have enough complexity in my life.
You're like, Arthur, I don't
need it in
watch
my
your
hobby.
show for that shit.
Yeah,
I'm looking for those really meta moments where everybody throws zingers at you.
Listen, I don't want to play Game of Thrones. I want to play The Hobbit. Okay, that's where I'm at. We're talking about fantasy genre. I want to be a dwarf stuck in a bucket, floating down a river, swinging axes with my arms popped out the sides
in a barrel.
I don't want to be fucking Ned Stark getting my head chopped off because I didn't politically maneuver myself into the right position.
That's where I want to be.
Not into it.
I want to be the dude that's ordering the head chopping off.
Listen, great game. I'm sure people love it. That's wonderful. Not for me. Sorry, not for me.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the political intrigue aspect of things either.
It bums me out because I know that's Wisefool's like favorite kind of game, and I'd really like to play a game with Wisefool, but I feel like those are the ones that he always plays, and like I'll probably never play one of those.
You're gonna show up on Battletech. He's going to be like, "We can't fight. There's a deep political reason why. Our duel would destroy the balance of power." You're gonna be like,
"I offer strike."
It's always high noon somewhere in the world.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know that I sold Sid on Blades in the Dark, but I stand by it that Sid would probably be a player.
Let me tell you a story.
I'm sure I probably would, but I'm not sure if that would interest me.
Let me tell you a story about a D&D experience that will explain to you exactly the type of player that I am in virtually all games. Okay? We reach a door. Doors, as you know, are the bane of all adventurers in every D&D game ever made.
Critical Role character. Literally every other adventuring party in existence can open a door.
And on this door was a knocker with the face of a demon. And it was a demon door. And in order to move through the demon door, you had to answer the demon's riddle. And if you answered it wrong, then of course the demon would like devour you or attack you. Something terrible would happen. Fortunately, I was playing the wisest of all character classes you can play in Dungeons & Dragons, the Barbarian. And also, fortunately, I had acquired through my adventures a master key, otherwise known as an adamantine knife. So when the demon asked me his riddle, my response was, "I have a riddle for you." And then the DM began to feign this like elaborate, like, "Oh, what's your riddle? I love riddles." I just shouted "knife" and stabbed the demon door thing in the face. And I crit it. So I stabbed this knife like elbow deep into this door, and it just popped out of existence because I killed the demon with a critical hit. And that's basically how I play all D&D games. So that's the level of intricate political decision making I'm willing to make, is to stab you in the face if you ask me a question that's too hard for me to answer. That's where I'm at with that.
Sid, Star Trek RPG? I don't know that we ever got around to playing it.
I don't think we ever did get around to playing it.
I thought you were supposed to run it for Henley.
Yeah, perhaps. I was supposed to run it for Henley. I didn't have the time because, Star Trek is a very episodic thing, and I had a core concept and a core idea that I really enjoyed the thought process behind, but I didn't, with work and everything getting in the way, I just did not have the time to be able to dedicate actually running a game. I could have played in one, but I wouldn't have been able to run it, which is terrible because I really liked some of the ideas that I came up with. I thought they would have fit into the existing lore, and I know the Star Trek lore pretty damn well, and it would have been a very interesting concept that I think everyone would have had a very good time with. But it would have taken me at minimum 4 to 6 hours a week just in prep and planning, and being able to set everything up and build everything to begin with was just too great of a thing to take on at that point in time. It still is.
I have 3 things to note. 1, I'm pretty sure Pondo just put a sock over the camera. 2, the type of Star Trek game I would run would be the Federation Time Police, and you would go back in time to when the Deep Space Nine cast went back in time to stop the Trouble with Tribbles incident, and you would have
Trials and Tribulations.
Yes, you would have to infiltrate the crew of DS9 while they're infiltrating the crew of the Enterprise, and make sure you're not found by anyone from either era. There's a suggestion from chat, Sid. How about a D&D game where you cook monsters and make delicious meals?
Not interested.
Wow, what? Really? Wow. Okay. Well, fuck. That hurts. That's my next big 5e. I mean, I got hundreds of dollars worth of art and multiple custom monsters and multiple campaign maps and bosses, and I kickstarted the Dragon Stew 5e supplement where they're including how to eat monsters. What if you make terrible meal? Listen, no one ever bothers.
It sounds like something
terrible
that would be entertaining for me to watch,
Okay.
but it sounds a bit gimmicky for me to be interested in playing.
How can I please? Well, okay, Sid. What if your 5e game is literally just your character? Your group is destined heroes, and you just figure out what your destiny is, and you go kill the big bad guy. How about that?
Interested.
Yeah, there you go.
Terrible cook and hiding it.
Wow.
I will have you know, madam, that is slanderous.
And true.
It is an absolute outright lie, and I will not stand for it. It is beyond the pale.
You just hit your microphone?
Yes, I did.
Okay. I mean, listen, man. I cooked up this fucking amazing roast yesterday. We're talking 6 pounds of meat, perfectly sliced. And then I turned all that roast meat into a nice little sauce with some butter, a little rum. We're talking Worcestershire sauce. I'll tell you about cooking food. I know about cooking.
I know you do. Yeah, I don't think I'm not into the cook food D&D either.
So sad.
I'm sorry,
All of
man.
my cool friends who I want to impress with my amazing idea are so unenthusiastic about it.
Listen, I think it's a great idea. I'm not a cook. I don't cook like delicious food.
Look, at this point, it's literally just gonna be the new game plus
Eating is mostly an inconvenience to me. It's a thing that I have to do. I don't really eat for satisfaction or pleasure. I eat because I have to do it to live. Otherwise, it kind of feels like a waste of time to me. So I don't think I could get a lot of joy out of a game about
Wow. Even
cooking
Grimdark
delicious food.
James says he's unenthusiastic. Fuck. Are you kidding me right now, guys? All right,
No, I don't think it's a bad idea. I wouldn't play it. I might watch it, but I don't think I'd play it.
Get Rad's wife to play. She's obviously the one cooking. That sounds like a very complicated job offer.
Yeah, no, my wife doesn't cook either. So I don't know who started the misconception that one person in a relationship has to cook. It's easy. You just have two people that don't cook. It's not complicated.
Pondo, what tabletop RPG idea will incite and thrill you? It's like nothing. I'll never feel excitement again.
Well, I don't know that I ever have. I have several ideas that I would like to either play and or run.
Okay.
One of them is recent, where I thought of the idea of doing a game based in a world where, kind of like the I'm stuck in a video game situation.
You mean isekai?
Yeah.
You could just say isekai.
I guess that, but more in the style of like everything as far as like video games and whatnot. Kind of like Ready Player One.
Ah, there it is.
Yeah.
Okay. What else you got?
The other one is definitely I was interested in doing like a Weird Wars 2 type of thing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm also into the weird world idea, weird war idea.
Yeah.
And I'm also another idea that I really liked that we were going to do for our Pathfinder one shot was the establishment of the Adventurer Tavern. I thought that was going to be cool.
I mean, that's one of my favorite Door Monster videos.
There's a rapping at my door.
It's kind of late, but all right. We never see Sid again. He's been taken. Door Monster did a video about a group of player characters who run a tavern and try to convince NPCs to go on. He's being attacked by a child. You can't see her in the shadow.
She's moved on.
I know what you're talking about, where it was the short where they did a thing that they're convincing adventurers to go on these deadly quests so that way they can grab the loot later.
Yeah, they'll kill the adventurers in their sleep and take all the loot.
Oh, okay.
They're like, okay, let's wait 6 to 8 weeks to see if they come back, and the Dungeon Master's just like, do you want to run this? Baby ninjas are Rad's arch enemy? I don't think that's true.
There's probably inconvenient.
I'm trying to imagine what Rad's arch enemy would look like.
Arch enemy.
A pacifist hipster who likes cooking, never dresses in casual clothing, prefers inline rollerblading rather than the four skates.
Just imagine most people from Austin. I think you've pretty much got
it. Wow. Spoken like a man from Houston. Rad's arch enemy is Rad Palette Swap.
People from Austin, people from Denver. You're pretty on track, I think, for the most part.
I would say that's some UPS dedication right there.
Wow.
They apparently put the package on the wrong truck. And so they made a special trip out here just to make sure they got it to me.
Wow.
That's unheard of.
I know. All right. I didn't even know this thing was coming. So
trying to compete with that Amazon, bro.
If I had cash on me, I would have given the guy a tip. Fuck hell.
Any closing thoughts before we wrap this up for the night?
Needs more cowbell.
Okay, great. I'm trying to find more RPG systems that I have that will thrill and excite you, but unfortunately, I think I've tried to get you to play all of them already.
Yeah,
I really want to learn a new system.
Yeah, don't really want to learn a new system. That's the
learn
big
anything new.
I'm old and cantankerous and set in my ways. Damn it!
All right, it's it. Well, my next offer to you will be another Cancol game.
Oh God, no, flat refuse. Nope.
We're going back to Wrath and Glory.
No thanks.
I'm okay with learning new systems.
I'm Wrath and Gloried out, I think.
Yeah. Until they fix it.
Apocalypse World 2nd Edition. That is a game I'd like to play, but I don't know that anyone here would have fun. Well, I honestly think Rad would probably have fun doing it.
Playing what?
Apocalypse World?
Yeah, I think I would like that.
Weird
I would like
psychic
Apocalypse
zombie
World.
Mad Max.
I would play a lot of the different Powered by Apocalypse games. I like those a lot. I would play Sprawl again. I would play.
Actually,
Apocalypse
not a fan
World.
of the Apocalypse game.
Is there D6s?
Really? I like them. Oh,
It's not because they're D6s.
I have not played the
that's
D&D
part of it, but
Rick and Morty. No,
For-
sorry, Chad.
For fantasy style military unit campaign. Yeah, that would be Weird War for me. That would be what I want to play. I think it would be cool to play like a druidic medic in like Weird War or like a roguish werewolf type. I think that appeals to me. I would like that a lot.
Weird Wars, or something Van Helsing-esque.
Yeah, I agree. I'd be into that for sure.
Just in that supernatural, either 1800s or Ripper-esque.
Kind of a
I'll
culty-
tell you.
Yeah.
A setting that I actually really like the movie. An RPG setting I would 100% like to see is the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
I agree.
Yeah,
I
that'd
agree.
be
Yeah,
that's
that movie got stunked on so much, but I actually liked it. Where Nemo just shows up and everyone's like, "Ah, he's so dark and mysterious," and he's like, "That's right, it's me, Captain Nemo. I will now do a sword dance," and everyone's like, "Ah, can we really trust him?"
Well,
Did you
obviously,
watch-
he just did a sword dance.
Did you watch Death, Love, and Robots on Netflix?
I did not.
Oh, dude, very cool. You should. They're all shorts. They're animated shorts, and there's a lot of really neat ones in there. One of them is like a bunch of Russian soldiers like on a countryside dealing with like a demon infestation. It's like very weird warish. There's one with like agricultural battle mechs, like dealing with like basically the Zerg swarm invasion on a colonial planet. It's really good. I highly recommend it.
All right.
I don't know if it's even still on Netflix, but
I mean, they made it, right? I thought that was a Netflix original.
I think so. Well, they funded it, right? So a lot of really cool like RPG sort of inspiration on there. I think I liked it a lot. Yeah, the Russian one was really cool. There's another one with like werewolves in like Afghanistan and like the U.S. military, which was really cool. Yeah, it's well documented. I'm a big fan of like classic monster movies. So obviously werewolves have always been like one of my favorite classic monsters ever.
How to lure Brachiosaurus in a Monster Hearts.
But that again, isn't that like high school kids?
It's all
Yes.
teenage
Listen.
angst. Yes, 100%.
Listen, I was a middle school teacher
No.
for 14 years. I don't want to fucking play a child. I don't want to play with children. I don't want to pretend to be a child. I don't want to pretend to be an angsty. I don't want to be a teenager. I don't want any of that in my life. Okay.
Oh.
I have young children that are going to get there, and I'm not looking forward to that. And I definitely don't want to play and pretend that that's happening to me or I'm involved in that in any way. Even if it does have werewolves, I'm not my cup of tea. I lived it. I lived the teenage angst world every day for 9 hours a day as an adult, and I don't want to play in that world. That does not seem like a fun time to me.
Oh, wow. I just noticed. This comment was held for review for some reason on YouTube. Grimdark James actually took me for task for running a mech through water, which I didn't know you could do. And he included everything. He included the time link. He included the listing of the ruling, what page it's on. Incredible. What dedication.
I think it's a man who's knows a little bit too much about the smaller intricacies about it.
No, he's just tired of watching me fuck up all the time.
That is also true.
Connor was talking about that other Love, Death, and Robots. That's it's vampires that they're running from down there in the sewer, like Dracula or something like that. It's very cool.
Very well. I am going to start us off for outros. Today I received a comment that reads the following. Arthur, I've never in my life seen someone laugh maniacally at their own puns. I know plenty of people who use puns for evil, but I've never seen anyone that's straight up pun-powered supervillains. That's my outro. Brad, what do you got?
Hey, I'm Retosaurus. I had fun chatting with you guys and playing some Battletech tonight. I'm excited to play with Eric next week. I'm always excited to have guests on the show. But I really like playing with Eric. I like playing with everybody, but so I'm excited to have Eric. I don't want to make it sound like Eric's my favorite, but Eric's my favorite. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, so that's it. I had a good time. I like talking nerdy Battletech stuff with you guys, even if Arthur and I never agree on anything. I think that's totally fine. I live my life as a person who doesn't agree with most other people on stuff, so that's just fine by me. Yeah, that's it. That's all I got. Thanks for participating, chat. I'm sorry if I missed anything you said or didn't respond to perhaps one of the stuffs or comments that you might have made. I try to keep up with it as best I can, but I'm not very good at it, to be honest with you. So yeah.
That's okay. This is more of a podcast setting. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I probably should have switched this over to podcast. Might be.
Well, there was gameplay there, so you're not
in the first half, yes, but
we're bringing any rules.
Listen, James, I would never cheat on you like that. Okay, you're my one and only true tactical advisor. Don't even pretend like you don't think that that's true.
Wow. Hondo, what do you got?
Well, I was never asked about who my favorite NPC was.
No, you were asked. You just never answered.
No, I wasn't asked.
What is your? I asked everyone in a group setting, but okay. Pondo, who's your favorite NPC?
I would have to say it was Old Crow.
Oh,
Old
Harold.
Crow.
Yeah, interesting.
Which one was Old Crow?
Harold Crow, the guy who used to run the unit.
Yeah.
He died kicking you off of a jump ship.
Oh. Yeah, he's all right.
He's all right.
Oh my god! He gave his life for you. You now run his unit.
Yeah, that dude.
Yeah, that guy was a stepping
I
stone
remember
for us
something
running
about
the
him.
unit.
Yeah.
Funny.
It's like I outranked that guy now, right?
Well, considering I'm about 6 feet higher than him.
Wow! Wow!
Kobe. Oh wait, that doesn't work anymore.
It doesn't work anymore. That's dark. That's really dark.
That also hurts. No, I'd say Crow would be just because he was an unorthodox leader, because there's many situations where we probably would have been fired immediately because of our angst in that first season.
I wouldn't say you were angsty.
I'd
would use much
say
harsher
there's
words.
some decent angst in there.
Shitty.
All right, we were a bunch of shitty kids.
I mean, war crimes with a mercenary unit is more like trying to score some bonus pay.
Yeah, that's just, you know, we just call that academia around here, you know?
No, it's...
What else you got, Pondo?
I am Ponder or Pond the Mad. You can catch me on YouTube or Twitch /Pond the Mad. Or you can catch me here eventually Saturday nights again, I guess, whenever we start the new campaigns being run by James himself, which should be interesting.
We'll never get rules wrong in that game.
I feel like it's going to happen, and it'd be hilarious when it does. Eventually, James is going to get something wrong, and then one of us be like, well, actually, James, this is how it goes.
Listen, Pondo, if you want to do that to him, you better include a fucking page number reference.
I'll have to, yeah. On page 481.
Is that your voice? Are you doing a parody of yourself?
That'd be the exact voice whenever it happens.
Great.
I'll have to get my glasses and everything. I don't know where my glasses are at the moment. I put them somewhere.
Look, if we had prearranged this and I handed you my glasses down this way, it would be amazing. But
also, I just need to get a pair of aviators. Well, actually, James, you can also catch me Sunday nights in my own campaign, which is a 5e just Gestalt. Almost said it wrong again. James got me last time. I did it wrong.
Don't worry. If you hadn't caught yourself, I would have reminded you.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have cared. Make all the mistakes you want. I do.
You can catch me doing that campaign on Sunday nights at 8 Eastern, where I'll be with Cotton, Atomic, and then Smooth.
Sid Alpha. Closing words.
Yes. Thank you, everyone, for joining us.
That's a lot of silence. Okay.
Well, I do try to be as succinct as possible. So it's pretty succinct.
Thanks, bye. It's pretty succinct. Yeah.
And moving on. Okay. Hi, everyone. I'm Sid Alpha. Thank you for watching us tonight. I appreciate that everyone stuck around to hang out for the chats after the game came to an impromptu close. Thank you also for being patient with Cotton and her headache. It sucks, but I hope she feels better soon. I will hopefully be able to get a video out this weekend. I might actually enforce a day off tomorrow just to make sure that happens. Also because I'm not feeling too terribly good myself right now. And on Saturday, are we actually going to be live streaming on Saturday or just recording?
No, recording.
We're going to be recording.
Direct to Patreon.
Saturday, you won't see it, but
Some people will see
we
it.
will be working towards a new setup for Warhammer 40K. But if you are a Patreon member of Arthur's, you will be able to see it. So if you haven't already, go sign up for Patreon so you can get a quick look at that. Yeah, and that's it for me. I'll be back to the grindstone after this, and then looking forward to working on videos this weekend.
If only I had a pun or something prepared for this moment, but I find myself drawing blanks. I put everything I had into Commander Star League.
That was so good, dude. I'm gonna go back and listen to that like several times to pick some of those frames that you described to eventually make.
I can just send you the text of it.
Somebody's going to make that into a comic book with the panels and everything.
Do you want me to just send you the raw text?
Just send me. Yeah, I do actually.
Yeah, that would be way easier than rewatching it and having to listen to it.
Also, send like $400 to Connor and just have him make that comic book. That would be great. Thank you.
He's a little busy working on another comic.
That's not important. This is more important.
Well, I'll tell you.
Let's talk price. Connor.
Yeah,
let's talk price. What'll it take for you to just abandon your current project?
Yeah. Never mind all that money that people just gave you for making something else. Yeah. Ignore them.
I'm going to try to see if I can upload it to the Time of Total War channel. How does this work? It comes text box. Okay. Yep. I'm going to go ahead and do it then.
Good. He's thinking about it. We have him now.
What do you mean thinking about it?
No, Connor. He's on board.
Oh, he's on board?
He literally just promised that he would do that just now.
If I give him $400?
That's what means.
Well, no, he said you have to pay off
Charlie and the backers. Yeah, that's not happening.
How much did he get on paid? How much did he get?
I think they're at $16,000. So you know what?
Yeah, you're on your own.
Yeah, Rad. You could
make it happen, Arthur.
That.
You want me on your next RPG game? That's what it's gonna take. Get it done.
Listen, I like you, but you're not worth $16,000.
Everyone I've ever met would agree. Thank you.
Oh, 18,000. So,
18.
Unfortunately,
I saw it earlier today.
Unfortunately, I don't have an extra 20K just lying around, so we'll have to table that.
Even if
for
I
now,
did, I wouldn't.
At least
I wouldn't spend it to get a comic made before White Ash.
See, no, that's why you start up a GoFundMe.
No, I want White Ash to succeed.
Well, no, you start up a GoFundMe to be able to raise that amount of money to be able to pay Connor and Charlie to do the comic. Listen, after they finish the project they're working on.
Battletech might be my most popular show, but it's not $16,000 popular.
You may say that, but the viewers might feel different.
I would rather the viewers give me that $16,000 to do something else.
Give it to me, audience, because you like me.
You're like, I designed these beautiful overlays just for you, audience.
Yeah.
I'm worth it. That's it. That's all we got tonight. Unless anyone has one closing zinger they want to throw down here.
I'm all out. I've done zinged my last zang.
That's it. Have a good night. You zinged your last zang? Okay. I don't think that's a thing.